On June 17, 2000, the new Church of the Community of Jesus was dedicated and named Church of the Transfiguration. Now, 8 years later, that name has been artistically depicted on the west wall of the church.
The brightly colored oculus, an abstract depiction of the transfigured Christ. The cowering apostles sculpted in the lintel. How to connect the two.
We found the answer in Germany and in well-known German artist Gabriele Wilpers.
Wir machen es mit Regina und Amanda. Wir fahren hier nächste Woche.
Gabrielle's vision was a shimmering palisade of golden and clear glass from the floor to the trusses. Really 64 closely aligned individual panels.
First, Gabrielle designed and sculpted the 64 molds. The molds were used by Derek's Glass Studios to produce the wavy pattern on the glass. Here are many of the molds laid out in Gabrielle's studio.
The wavy glass or slumped panels are glued to 2 layers of carrier glass panels for stability.
The completed glass panels are returned to Gabrielle's studio for the application of gold leaf.
What we have to do is we need to wash, dry, and clean thoroughly the panels so that we can then put the glue on before we roll. Hallo! Wir vergolden gerade. Wir machen eine sogenannte Mattvergoldung auf unser großes Glasrelief für die Westwand der Kirche.
Gabrielle creates her artistic design by removing some of the gold leaf. Finally, the panels are ready for shipping.
So, Stephen, can you tell me what you got there?
Looks like box number 1 of 8.
The panels were installed by a team from Derek's Glass Studios.
And we have to figure out about these measurings and the sizes of the glass we had on a piece of paper, how to get this thing installed around the door and around the main piece, which is the circle window up there. Also like how we got fixed that thing on the wall to get clearance in that, what kind of anchor we are using for the wall, because we didn't really know how soft is your limestone in here. We did drilling tests which confused us totally. We changed our installation system, which was pretty good.
Putting up the templates, it was still a challenge to fix all the fittings for the glass, because sometimes the wall is not very even.
With the sculpture in place, Gabrielle finishes her design with some final touches.
Do you need to do anything else, or is
No,
it?
we're done.
It's absolutely
Absolutely
finished now.
finished,
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Matthew, Mark, and Luke tell us that Jesus took Peter, James, and John up a high mountain to pray. As they looked upon their master, his face suddenly shone like the sun, and his clothing became glistening white as light. Then a bright cloud engulfed them all, and from the cloud they heard a voice declaring, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him."
The whole image of the church it's wonderful.
When
Absolutely.
this church is finished with all the artwork, it's going to be a masterpiece of artwork.